Alrighty then, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome. My name is Michael, I'm the Dad Gamer, and welcome to Pathfinder 2nd Edition, The Seven Dooms for Sandpoint, our gripping fantasy adventure featuring these wonderful and amazing Patreons who support my channel, keep the lights on, and let me do all the cool, crazy, and amazing stuff that we do here on the channel. Guys! Say hello to everybody. Say hello to everybody. Do the thing. Do the stuff.
Hi,
Good
everybody.
morning.
Hey, chat.
Hello.
Oh, wow. There's so much exuberance today. I'm so keen. Now,
That's my energy done.
oh, yeah. All right. Fair. That makes sense. All right. So before we start today, we have, of course, some things to go over. First of all, we have... we are... What are we doing? Nothing, actually. Hold on. Do I have any announcements? I don't have any announcements. Something. I don't remember. Anyway.
Must be an announcement.
No, I don't. I think we're good. I think we got it. We nailed it. Good job, me.
Sweet.
All right. But yes, we have sponsors. We have people who help look after the channel and stuff like that, which we are, of course, very thankful for. So let's take a moment to give some love over to our sponsors. We have Hero Forge for the wonderful artwork you can see on screen here. All of the character tokens are made using an amazing 3D model making software that we can use in order to not only bring to life and design all of our very, very cool, wonderful, and amazing things, but we also have, the tokens and things that we use for our VTTs. So, that's the thing. We then have Sirenscape for the beautiful sound effects you'll hear throughout the course of the game, because every game deserves to sound equally epic as well. And then we have Fantasy Grounds for our VTT of choice, which connects all of my players from around the world and takes a hell of a lot of the load off from me as a game master, allowing me to focus on what really matters, which is, of course, our role play and our storytelling. So, there you go. So go check those things out. They're amazing. But speaking of amazing, let's now introduce our players and the characters that they're going to be playing today for our adventure, starting with none other than our friend Schooly Eye.
Yes, playing Sandero, the at one point ever hopeful cleric of Cernric, because she's always been this force as much as she can be to try to reconcile everyone in town, which is in part why we've now got so many goblins appearing around, including helping setting up the embassy nearby. But yeah, she's been through a lot of trouble, including quite recently the death of some of her effectively childhood friends, in terms of, well, a version of Mesha and even Peyton, who is effectively the bad boy of the group for all intents and purposes.
Hi, I'm Variant CA. I'm playing Artemis. He is a temporally unstuck professor, librarian, and theologist who has found himself in his field of study and is systematically beginning to regret it. He's been spending most of his time fawning over the events that are occurring, and only recently has it started dawning on him that he might not get out of this.
And I'm Cookie Mod Steve, playing Sato, who has trekked from Tianxia to Sandpoint to get the family businesses back up and running, and has met a number of interesting people while trying to get to Sandpoint. But he's finally there. And now he gets to start doing what he came for. Get the businesses back.
I thought it.
Hello. Oh, sorry. Oh, hello. I'm Neil from Version Diversion, playing Blix, a goblin fighter. He was stuck in the he was originally a goblin from the from Gurlunx's clan down in the cave, down in the pit. But heard that there was a goblin assembly happening, and so he wanted to leave to go to Sandpoint, but ended up getting lost. And we don't know a lot about Blix right now, but that's basically what's going on, and he plans to go see the assembly for himself.
And hey everyone, I'm Matt from All Things Fantasy, and I play Navander, a captain of the Sable Company Marines here in Sandpoint, an elite unit of air-to-ground, basically like a special unit of air-to-ground force, military force of some description. He has been tasked to make sure that Nualia's 7 dooms that are approaching Sandpoint do not come to pass, and make sure she suffers for the rest of eternity in the hell that she's created for herself.
Okay, fantastic. All right, so yeah, that is our team of individuals for our session today. We have we've spoken about sponsors, we've spoken about the support that we get from them, but let's talk about the real MVPs of my channel, and that is of course my lovely audience. Guys, thank you so much for being a part of the show, for being a part of the stream, for allowing us to do, like, you know, all the cool stuff that we've been doing for years now. As such, we want to invite you to join us behind the GM screen in order to influence the game while we're playing, so that, you know, you can also, you know, have a bit of fun with us while we're gaming. First of all, just by watching the show, you earn channel points that can be used at any point in time in order to influence the game. These things are like inspiration, wandering monsters, wandering bosses, divine intervention, divine healing, so many cool things. So go check those out. Those are amazing. Then of course we have, you know, just monetary donations that you guys can use in order to have more tangible effects throughout the course of the game. All proceeds go towards the DAG survival check for the month, which covers things like my book purchases, my subscription services, anything that I need suddenly, like if a player needs something from a book I don't already possess, then I'll go out and buy the book, you know, stuff like that. All gets covered in this, because you guys are legends, and we are currently at 28% of our sponsorship so far, which is freaking amazing. So thank you, everyone. And once we get to the end of the DAG survival check, we then get to play the game called the DAG of Holding. Which, of course, I was thinking about earlier on this week, and I'm actually going to be changing it up this month to something new and a little exciting. And we're going to call it Dag's Dojo. Dag's Dojo is going to be a reward very similar to the Dag of Holding, in which, rather than giving an item or a magic item from one of my earlier games, I will be teaching a martial fighting art style thing as a focus spell or power for a character on the table, or what should I say, one style that anyone who wishes to can then learn from that table. These will be relevant to the tables that they have. So for example, in in Gatewalker, we might have how to fight in the snow, given that they're heading into some snowy area. For you know, the Starfinder game, it might be some spaceship combat stuff. So we're going to be doing Dag's Dojo, where Dag is going to create a homebrew secret fighting art that the group will be able to learn on each of the tables for every $100 that we make after we finish the DAG survival check. So we're going to do that for this month because I want to try it out. I want to see how it goes because I like secret fighting arts. They're fun and I don't use enough of them. So there we go. Now, how do we get to that point? Well, here are the donations. Here is how you can help contribute to the survival check. We have our $5 donation, which is hero points and jinx points. Hero points are red marks, jinx points are purple. Hero points can be used to stave off death, petition the DM for stuff that isn't in the rules, and roll with advantage. Jinx points can be used to counteract hero points, make bad guys roll with advantage, and complicate things ever so slightly. For Grogan. For $10, you can either draw from the deck of Plot Twist to create a narrative prompt that'll then go into the session as we're playing, or you can donate for $10 and get a roll on the random assorted roll table that I have here to generate encounters or to, you know, add an extra NPC. There's a bunch of different stuff in here, so we have that as well. We then have our $20 donation, which is the coveted golden natural 20, because sometimes shit just needs to work, and a nat 20 is how we do it. $50 will give us a boss buff or a Harrow draw. The boss buff is exponentially increasing the fight that the group is facing, making it more difficult, challenging, adding some new features, some new terrain, making the parameters for victory more difficult, maybe adding in some hostages. I mean, who knows? We had just a ton of stuff. But yes, boss buffs are pretty gnarly. We then also have our Harrow draw, where we draw from the fortune-telling Harrow deck, read the prophecy, and if our heroes fulfill the prophecy, they get a magic item, a secret fighting art, or a boon from the tarot card itself. Then for 3 sessions, our heroes will also receive a 1d4 bonus to whatever statistic is listed on the card. So there you go. We then have our $100 secret menu item, which of course we have recently acquired a new character to the group. Two new characters. So therefore, I'm going to add 2 secret menu items to today's session because we haven't had a chance to do this since we've come home. So, number 1. Blix is a goblin, as I'm sure many of you have noticed, and I believe that we talked about gummy berry juice last week. Was that our thing?
Yep.
Well, we're going to do that again for Blix because I feel like that was a good one. And Sato, now that you're in town as well, we have potentially a thing where you're going to be trying to rebuild the glass works and put all that stuff together again. Well, we're going to give you a special power. It is going to be called the Glass Jaw. Now, while you yourself are a martial artist and are able to obviously do a lot of damage and stuff like that, we are going to give you a technique. It's a secret fighting style, which is actually a forbidden fighting style, specifically among the samurai, in which someone is able to take damage of a fatal nature and lash out in that moment, accepting the damage and repelling it. So here is what happens. It is a secret fighting art in which Sato can choose to turn an incoming attack into a critical hit. This can be done at any point in time, including like if you're on 1 hit point or whichever. Now, if you do this, you cannot use hero points to stay on 1 hit point. But the moment that you go down, you will also be able to make a single action attack, and flurry of blows will count for this, in which you will automatically crit should your attack hit. So I'll go over that again. You accept a critical hit that you cannot negate, and in return, as a reaction, you will get a single attack action which you can use to land to crit on any hits you make against the person who has attacked you. So that is your
blows.
What's that?
And hits with both. If he flurry of blows and hits with both, would both be crits?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah, pretty much any. Yeah, this is the nature of it. It's actually an old samurai technique where basically what they would do is they would place their hands and their swords above their head, and when someone goes to cut their belly, they would swing down with all their force. They abandon defense, allow themselves to effectively be killed, but in turn focus everything on guaranteeing that kill shot on your opponent as well. It is again, like I said, forbidden technique, but a very cool one, and yeah, that's what I'm offering as a secret fighting art for Sato. So we have two secret menu items there for each of our new players now that we're back in Sandpoint, and yeah, you guys can enjoy that if you like. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, done and done. Okay, well, guys, I think we're ready to get started. You guys ready to get started?
Heck yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right, let us begin. Let's go. Ooh. Give me the music that I want. The one from Brindletown, but I can never remember what it's called. Oh, there we go. Brindletown. Gimme. It's called Music. Ugh. That's a really good name. All right. Once again, we return to the town of Sandpoint. The wind from the Varisian coast blows against the sides of the buildings here that rest upon the coast of the Varisian frontier. As you all wearily emerge from the depths below the Sandpoint Cathedral, the portal connecting to the infamous pit our heroes have been exploring, a certain weariness sort of washes away from you as you emerge back into the fresh air. The pit has a way of whittling down your stamina, and the smell of the clogged tunnels filled with fungus putrefied the air and made it chokingly difficult to breathe. But now that you're up here, it's almost as if you're finding a new sense of vitality. Sato, you didn't even realize when you entered the pit at first with a different group of adventurers that it would be so easy to return to Sandpoint. These magical portals took you right here, right beneath the cathedral, which now for the first time you cast your eyes up, gazing at the splendor and awe-inspiring wonder of this massive, massive cathedral. Blix, likewise, you were accustomed to working and moving through darker and miserable spaces. For a long time, you called the pit your home, and for the first time, your eyes squint as you glare up at the sun. Something you had only ever seen through the iris in the center of the pit. As you guys all emerge, we are in a rest cycle. That means we're doing whatever we want in town until you guys are rested, recuperated, and ready to return back down into the pit to continue the adventure. Cinderial, what would you like to do?
So this is on top of what we did at the end of last session.
What did we do at the end of last session?
We had a cliffhanger at the last session.
Yeah.
What was
We
the
had
cliffhanger?
Blake stuffing his feet in Evander between two lovely ladies with bows drawn.
You don't remember that, do you?
I remember Navander's one, which I was going to come to later. What was the other one?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
No, that was it.
No, that
That
was
was
the
it,
main
yeah.
one.
Oh,
We had
yeah.
Sindel-
That's
yeah,
why
so-
Navander's going to be last when it comes
Okay.
to today's thing.
Okay, so
Okay.
after
There,
so after
there
Cinderella's
has been
had
some
her
healing. Yeah.
so after Cinderella had her scene with Sato and basically said, well, if you do your donations to the orphanage and I can see 2 wins. After that bit has effectively happened, you should probably try to turn into the chapel because effectively she needs to reflect on everything that's happened between the other members of the clergy and potentially also just with herself and
All right.
being with Siren.
Okay, you head into the church. Maro is there and greets you warmly, asks how the others are doing, and offers a kind and lending ear over some fresh-made soup. The other clergy that are here are, maintaining the temple in Father Xanthus's supposed absence quite well, but everyone knows the secrets. While he is confined to quarters, everyone is still relying on Father Xanthus in no different a way than they had before. Though, at some point or another, you overhear some of the clergy talking, saying that that he doesn't seem quite right, that, maybe it's just his age showing or something like that, but he seems a lot more confused these days than he was before. Perhaps the death of the other priest, Rogan, wore a lot more heavily upon Father Xanthus's conscience than we originally thought. But being home is probably for the best. Being able to surround himself with the familiar will probably do him a world of good.
Snare will probably cast eyes in the direction of his room probably like looking through walls just in that area. Well, at least he's here where people that know him can look out for him rather than in a cell where, well, he didn't look too good when we saw him down there.
That's true. All right, Artemis, where do you head once you surface?
Does Sandpoint have a library of such that I would be aware of?
It has a bookstore run by a man by the name of Brodit Quink, but that
Yes.
is about the closest thing to a library you would find.
In which case, Artemis would start his investigations to the portals that brought him here by going to Westinson's shop, which is where he appeared.
All right. You begin to make your way over to Westinson's shop, aka Navander's home. As you begin to sort of explore the kind of muddy patch of dirt where you originally came out, obviously working in the workshop very, very tirelessly, Westinson will emerge and sort of, sort of ask you a few questions about, like sort of what you're doing and, sort of what you're exploring. He doesn't really have the expertise to help in the same way, but he does have a companion, which you're both acutely aware of, a tiny cockroach who seems to be not so familiar with the specific method in which Artemis came here, but very familiar with the place Artemis came from.
Yes. Excuse me. Would you mind if I talked to the insect for a moment?
Oh, well, I have a name.
Yeah, yes, but I didn't. Would you mind if I? Yeah.
Westinson agrees, letting you speak with the cockroach, who straightens himself up, stands on two legs, and says, what can I do for you there, Artemis?
Do you are you familiar with You're familiar with when I showed up here, right?
Oh yeah, of course. I remember very clearly. You came in with a blinding flash of colorful light, and all right where you're standing there. That's where you appeared. All right.
I was curious if since you're familiar with the academy, I don't know how familiar you are with people in it, but would you remember anyone who might any particular professor who might have studied this field? This wasn't temporal distortions wasn't my field of expertise. I can't seem to recall who might be. I'm looking to find books that might help me understand what happened and maybe find a way home.
Wow, you're really nudging my noodle there. Let me see. It's been a while since I visited Corbus Lani, but if memory recalls, I think there was a professor. His name was I actually have his name, damn it. But I have to actually now dig through one of my books.
That's a very interesting name. I have your name, damn it. I haven't heard of him before.
I know, right? It's crazy. Give me like
I have your
30
name, damn it.
seconds.
Name, damn it, right here.
It's a very good name.
Activation. Rival Academies. Load that one up. Okay, go back. Give me Rival Academies. Look up book. Corbuslani. There's, by the way, there's Corbuslani. This is where you came from.
Dude.
Yeah, in case anyone wanted to know. Okay, close that. Don't need that anymore. Corbuslani. Yada,
So
yada, yada,
Iceland.
yada. Yes, there we go. He is Professor Murrow.
Did he study from an island?
No, he was from Corbuslani.
Okay. Yeah,
Uh,
Dr. Moreau.
Yes. He is an enterprising student. He was an enterprising student in the Third Eye, much like yourself. He studied pact magic, and his mentor, the Professor of Relics and Remembrance, believes that he was at the top of his class and ready to receive his very own Third Eye. He is currently serving as a teacher's, basically a teacher's aide kind of thing, but has almost taken up the role of being a full-blown teacher at the academy as well. He is very determined. He's very, what's the word? If you ever remember, like, the 90s business mogul kind of thing, that's sort of like what he was like, you know.
So he's a 90s villain. Got it. So my skin crawls slightly when I hear that name. I'm like, oh, right. I remember him wandering around. Yes, okay. Thank you. That gives me a spot to start.
You're
Sorry for
most
taking your
welcome.
time. And I'll bow as I exit the workshop and start heading back towards the tavern.
All right.
Try to recall published works by him from my head.
Of course, of course. Sato.
Indeed. What time of day is it?
It's just slightly after 2 p.m.
Okay. So I believe Sato is still at the cathedral or the church. So he is going to look for the place to donate some money to the orphanage.
Mm-hmm.
And will put 5 gold in to the stuff.
All right.
And
not a
then
problem.
he's going to and then he's going to ask if anyone can direct him to the glassworks.
One of the priests says, "Oh, the old glassworks. Oh yeah, no. If you head just outside, just straight down the laneway there, take a right at the end of the street, and then follow it all the way down. You can't miss it. Big building, 3 big domes at the top there."
Perfect. Thank you so much. And he is going to head towards the glassworks.
All right. Arriving at the glassworks is like walking into the shadow of the ghosts of yesteryear. The glassworks have been quiet and silent for some time. There is no sounds, and the grass and weeds have overgrown in various places. The doors, having been left ajar, have allowed a lot of the leaves and foliage over many years to accrue into the stock rooms and the like. Some of the windows smashed up, and even some of the young adults of the town have kind of graffitied and marked this place. There's even a kind of like a dare kind of contest that they hold here, where they dare themselves to go into the haunted cathedral. Oh, sorry, not cathedral. The haunted glassworks, and go and touch the furnace or write their name deeper and deeper inside. But for Sato, you see the presence of your culture here and there in the building, in some of the decorations, the glass handling, and the techniques. You're all too familiar with your family's work.
So he's going to look and go, They could have at least locked it up. And is, looking around the outside, but he is going to push into the building to try and get a feel for what the overall status is of everything.
All right. You push your way into the building. You make your way through the hallways and can see where the workplaces are. A variety of different like bedrooms and eating areas and stuff like that are in the front of the building. Before you open the doors and can see what looks to be this massive furnace. You can see that all the work materials have like cobwebs on it, and you can see quite some actually quite horrific looking stuff. Like you can definitely see that the furnace has some bones thrown into it from where some goblins were tossed in and burned alive. You can see kind of like just signs of battle that happened here, the broken glass from the ceiling above, and in the corner, probably most devastatingly, what looks to be a blackened, scarred chair that has like bits of like melted glass kind of poured over onto it, but something looks as though like it had been shattered. Many years ago, this was the fate of Lonjitsu Kaijutsu, your honorable uncle. He was placed tied to this chair and hot molten glass poured over his body, trapping him inside of it. And the only way to exhume his body was to shatter the glass and remove it, though the scars of his death still remain here, and you feel it present in this place.
Oh. Uncle, how did you let it come to this? He's going to continue looking. Part of what he's doing is looking to see whether or not this is a place he's going to be able to stay at initially, or whether he's going to have to find some other lodging.
No, you could definitely stay here.
So he's going to go and check the door and make sure that he can actually close it and lock it. And essentially he's doing just a full walk around to try and get an initial feel for what's going to have to happen to get it back up and operational.
All right. As you make your way towards what looks to be like sort of a kitchen kind of area, you are surprised to see that you are not alone. As you open the door, there seems to be someone who is seated here, eating, well, quite peacefully up until the point that you walked in. A rather beautiful woman with dark hair with a blue streak in it. She looks at you quizzically, uncertain of who you are, but she doesn't seem alarmed by you.
And
I will show you her in just a moment.
sure. So Sato is
This is the first time we're getting a hero portrait of her.
Yeah. Sato is thinking to himself, going, squatters. An attractive squatter, but still. So he's going to go, well, hello. I wasn't expecting to find anyone here.
As she stands up, the person here sort of like, takes a napkin, sort of wipes the what looked to be milk and cereal for the most part, just kind of off her lips. Milk and cereal at this time of the afternoon is what it implies. As they stand up, you realize that this person is probably pushing almost 7 foot tall.
He looks up. He looks way up.
And she says, well, had I known that I would have been receiving guests today, I probably would have prepared something a little more appropriate for lunch. So, who are you and why are you breaking into my home? This is Crystal, which we now have a Hero Forge mini. Did you guys like it?
She's so cute. I love it.
Don't forget, she only looks human.
I know.
But Sato is looking at her going, well, you are a tall one. It's like,
She looks rather
You're-
unimpressed at the statement about her body.
he didn't say that out loud. He was just
Oh,
thinking
okay,
it.
right.
He's like, your home. This
Mhm.
is my family's building and works. May I ask
Oh.
why you think it's your home?
Well, there's a number of reasons there, but let's address the first thing you said there. Your family's estate, that would make you. She says, probing your question, probing your name.
Oh, forgive me. Kajitsu Masatomo. You can call me Sato.
Well, Sato, you can call me Crystal. And yes, indeed, this is my home. At least an arranged ownership. You see, your family owes quite a substantial amount of debt from their time establishing the town of Sandpoint. A lot of capital was spent in order to create this affluent town, and of course the noble seat that the Kaijitsu owned. I have taken it upon myself, in the absence of both Kaijitsu members in this town, to take the holdings as compensation for that debt. The manor house, and of course the glassworks. The mansion doesn't quite suit my tastes. This place, I don't know, feels closer and allows me to really stretch out when I need to.
I see. Yet, I'm here to bring the commerce and the glassworks back online and generate. So,
Well, that is
I'm not
most
sure
interesting.
that
Oh, well, that is most interesting. Well, as the heir to the Kaijitsu family fortune, that also would make you heir to the Kaijitsu family debts.
I'm
She
part
leans down
of the
and
Kaijitsu family. Yes.
she leans down and and she kind of like gets really close to you, like as a Tianese man. Physical contact and physical distancing is a very important thing. This very Western, maybe even actually Southern Garundian woman-looking individual, like leans down towards you, very, very close. Now, not in an intent to intimidate you, but it's just like it's inappropriate for someone to be in this close of a space. But she wants to get a very good look at your eyes as she leans down and looks at you. She takes a moment to sort of assess something, and she smiles. She says, I like you. I think you have a good head on your shoulders, and I think you're going to do some amazing things here. But what do you know about glassworks?
Little, I must admit.
She said,
Business is my area.
well, that'll do no good. You see, no one who knows glassworking is going to work for someone who is a pencil pusher who doesn't know firsthand what they have to go through, how you to understand the troubles that they have or what they need when and in times that they do require things. Here. She reaches out and she grabs your hand and she tries to drag you to the forges.
It's he will go, but he's essentially trying to. You don't need to drag me.
She's not
Just-
listening to you. She's 7 foot tall and she's on a mission.
I mean,
But there is the
She's 5'7",
protesting.
so it's-
Yeah, there is the protesting. She takes you into the furnace room, where of course you can still see a bunch of the supplies there. She cleans them all off and stuff like that, and you immediately, as you're now looking around again, realize that she can't do anything here. The furnaces aren't working.
Yes, it's like
They're stone cold.
yes. Do you know glassworking?
Yeah, in fact, I was the one who taught your uncle, and the people that he very graciously offered as payment also learnt this skill from me.
Ah,
She takes a bunch of sand and she begins to sort of like mix it with some different colored gemstones and different colored ores and materials and stuff like that, grind it up a little bit. Once she's done, she's got like this kind of like metal briefcase that she like pours the sand into, slams it shut, and then goes over to one of the cold dead forges. She places the briefcase kind of like inside of it. You kind of think this kind of looks a bit stupid.
yeah, exactly. It's like, what are you doing? The forge is cold. I may not be an expert glassmaker, but I know that you need fire. You need an operating forge.
She looks at you and smiles. She says, you let me take care of that. And you watch as she takes a deep breath. And as that happens, her body begins to transform. It begins to shape and twist. It begins to grow and swell. And as it does so, what stands before you now is this creature. An incredibly large and massive dragon. Actually, I got a better picture than that. There we go. That's a better picture. Alright. So, this massive, massive dragon appears in front of you, opens its jaws, and blows out just a ton of fire. In almost an instant, the fire carries throughout each of the forges and basically ignites it. The plumes of smoke now billow and rush out, trying to escape. You kind of have to shield your eyes as the sheer heat that now emanates from the forge erupts in front of you. You definitely have to take a few steps back from the dragon that is now in front of you. This area here is big enough that that it would be Yep, cool. Sorry, two seconds. I just have to send a work message. Sorry.
So above the table,
Yep.
With the Tianzia thing towards dragons, does he recognize the type of dragon?
Make a Arcana check.
An Arcana check. Nothing like not being trained. A 16.
All right. You don't know specifically what type of dragon. You definitely know these are the Western dragons, not similar to the Eastern ones that you are aware of, the sovereign dragons, which are the long-tailed ones.
Yeah.
These ones are heavier, more robust, and stuff like that.
Okay. And culturally, dragons are revered a bit, I believe, is in the attitude.
Yes.
Or are they feared?
A bit of both.
Yes.
Bit of both. Depends on the type of dragon.
Yeah. Yeah. It's... Ah. I see what you mean about the fire.
She says,
Up.
next to you is an iron rod. Pick it up.
He will do so.
Now, place it into the marked area on the ingot that I placed in the forge.
He will follow
Yep.
the instructions.
Yep, I'm not arguing with the dragon. All right, you stick it in, and as it does so, you watch as she uses a claw and sort of pulls the briefcase bit open, leaving now this kind of gloopy glass in the center. She then begins to instruct you on how to blow glass. She, tells you to blow into the pipe in little bits. She tells you to keep spinning it and, the whole thing. Basically, this is going to be Sato's learning process. When you level up, you will be able to take a rank in crafting or lore glass making, as she is going to spend this period of time teaching you how to blow glass.
Okay.
All right.
Nice.
There you go. Okay. Meanwhile, across town. Sorry, I know we're an hour in and we still haven't gone through all the stuff. Thank you everyone for being so patient. I hope you're enjoying all of the different story beats as we go through.
It's fun. I was halfway to see if this was going to be a session without any dice rolls.
It might be. It's turning out that way so far. Next up, Blix. You make your way where?
Well, I had just been looking around town for some food stalls. I had gotten some meat and cheese, and I had told him that I would be back next time because they were so delicious.
Mm-hmm.
So, the next thing, before he wishes to find the academy, because he doesn't actually know where it is, he just, I believe, has heard that it's in town. He has never seen the ocean. So he wants to go down there really quick.
All right, you head down to the beach, and as you do so, you see, of course, the vast blue of the ocean that you see rolling out before you as you finish off the remainder of the meat snacks that you've purchased. It is even bigger and more grander and more blue than you've ever seen. It's in fact, it's almost impossible to see the blueness of the sea against the blueness of the sky without losing sight of everything upon the horizon.
Whoa. I think it'll just take a second and step into the water.
Okay. You begin to get into the water, and all of a sudden you hear a voice. Hey, you! Come away from there!
Ah! What? What? Who's there? And I'm just gonna look for the voice.
There's a fisherman up on one of the docks just off to the side. I'll say that you are, on the map, that you've kind of come out about here-ish.
Mm-hmm.
And the yell seems to come from, like, a fisherman from over here somewhere.
Okay. I will run towards the docks while being on the beach, so I can get a better look at him as I just.
He says, "Get off the beach, you fucking idiot!"
Why? It's so pretty.
Yeah, well, somebody died there recently. Got attacked by a sea monster.
Oh, That would make sense. Okay. Yes, I would then head up the beach and just go to the dock.
Turn around. You run off the beach.
And then I'll go to the docks where he was.
Oh, there's like, okay, so when you get to the dock area, there's like hundreds of fishermen, fishmongers,
Oh shit,
sailors, and stuff like that. There's just like lots of people here. He
He's
was one
just
of,
like, was it him?
He's just
Was
the
it
one that
him?
yelled at you.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah. He's
Yeah,
just
but there's like about
trying to
6
find that guy,
fishermen
but
on
he
the
can't find
jetty
him.
that he's on.
He's like, oh, okay. And then
You can go talk to him still if you want, but you know, like, yeah, I'm just letting you know what
It's
the
fine.
scene is.
yeah. He's just thinking. He's like, oh, I didn't get a good look at him. Was it him? Was it him? Oh. Oh, I really need to learn this town more. So, I'm actually then going to see if I can find someone from I met in the pit in town.
One of the other
Since
one of the other players.
one of the other party
Neil, are
members.
you
yeah.
having trouble knowing what to do, despite our having a conversation about what specifically you need to do in this session?
I know I need to go find the assembly. I just don't know if Blix would know where it is.
Okay, but you would start
Maybe
by...
he could ask town member, asking around.
If you're not going to do that, then we're going to spend
Okay.
a lot of time with you just wandering around, like, you know,
never mind.
and adding no investment to your character, and that will be that'll be where I write Blix out of this adventure. You know that, right?
Yeah. Okay. I think I would just ask people as I wander town where the assembly would be. Just
Assembly? What assembly are you looking for?
the Goblin Assembly.
Oh, the embassy. Right? Yeah.
Oh,
Oh no,
Sorry.
yeah. No, look, okay, so that's just a little way out of town. Okay, so you see that bridge just along the eastern coast there? Just you know, he points at the at this bridge here,
this one. Yeah.
right? He says, "All right, now what you want to do is you want to follow that road out, and then just stay on your left-hand side to that path. Travel for about an hour." You'll see the mill on your left as you go through it, and then just beyond that hill there is the old asylum. That's where the embassy is.
Asylum.
That's an old asylum. It was run many years ago, but apparently the doctor there was doing some very strange things to their patients. So the heroes of Sandpoint, well, they went there and sorted that guy out quick, smart, and in a hurry. Heard there was a necromancer deal too, and the new heroes they went and dealt with that necromancer, murdered him good.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, murdered him good.
That's good. I don't like necromancers either.
Yeah, no, necromancers, more like necro dumbasses.
Thought you were going to
Looks
say
less
dance
like that.
there for a second.
No.
Necrodancers. Yeah.
A for effort.
All right. Thank you for the directions, sir, Mister.
Oh, you're very welcome. All right, goodbye.
And yeah, goodbye. And then
Wow.
Blix will.
Now back to my throwing
Ed-
tomatoes at children. Fuck you, child.
Man after my own heart.
Yeah, no, that's that. This is just a variant in game. That's all.
All
right.
Okay. Yeah.
Blix,
will
you
head
begin
towards
to make
the-
your way. Yeah, you begin to make your way,
the,
following the instructions as best you
some-
can. Eventually, you come to what looks to be a large, as mentioned, insane asylum. All over it has been covered with goblin art and mud and a whole bunch of other stuff. And there is the letters M, the letter B, and the letter C written atop it with a goblin face on it. It looks as though someone had taken a goblin and smashed their face against the sign here. In an
All right,
instant, you realize this is definitely the NBC. that one got
That's taken.
that one got Steve.
Okay. I guess I check to see if it's open.
It is indeed surrounded by goblins. You approach, and everyone is happy to see you. Ah, newcomer! Hey, newcomer! Everyone,
Hi,
everyone!
hello.
It's a newcomer. Hi, how are you? My name's Globbo. My name's Blobbo. My name's Scobbo. My name's Jobbo. My name's Chabugabugabug. Yeah, no, he's
I feel out of
sorry. No,
place. My name's
his
Blix.
name's actually Dave. We dropped a paint can on his
Oh.
head earlier on today.
I feel
What's
left
your
out of
name?
place. My name is Blix.
Oh, hi, Blix. Do we have a Blix? We don't have a Blix. There's like 80
that's
of
good.
us. It's hard to remember everyone's names.
Yeah. I came from the pit. I'm one
You
of
came from the pit? Oh, hey, we have one of the pit goblins. Wolfleck will want to see you. Yeah. Go see Wolfleck. Go
Oh.
see Wolfleck. As they
Okay, I will.
they all like kind of usher you in. They ask you about your favorite food. They ask you about what the pit was like. They say, have you ever had a toadstool? They ask, do you hate horses? They don't wait for you to answer. They just throw a million questions out at you.
As he tries to answer, he just always gets cut off.
Yeah. Eventually, you're brought inside the asylum and taken to the office, wherein which this individual is waiting there.
He's very intimidating looking to Blix, and he's just like, good. Hello, sir.
Please, sir was my father. Call me Wolfleck.
Wolfleck. Got it. Hello, Wolfleck. I am Blix.
Yes, your reputation precedes you. I was watching from the window. It's good to see another well-traveled goblin ready to try and shake loose the old traditions and perceptions of goblin ways.
I've even learned how to not eat books. I think it is tempting, but,
Oh, do not hide your goblinness. Remember, we are trying to integrate, not change who we are. He watches, he hands you a big plate of these strange-looking biscuits. He says, have you ever heard of a fortune cookie? Both delicious and
not.
containing words you can consume as well.
That sounds perfect.
You crack open one of the fortune cookies. Inside it says, today will begin as all days end. And then you just, you eat the fortune at the same time as the cookie.
And he's just like, what did the fortune say again? All days begin the same way they end. That's probably not what it said.
No, it was, that was it.
Oh, yeah. He kind of almost takes it to heart, like, that's his fortune for today.
Now, what can the Goblin Embassy do for you?
Well, I heard you were in town from adventurers that went into the pit. I just heard it.
Yes, the adventurers.
And then
you watch as his demeanor sort of changes as you speak to them.
Why was turn?
Oh, it's nothing. You see, they're the ones who began advocating for our presence in town. But one among them has such a ferocious prejudice against our kind. A virile hatred of goblins of all shapes and sizes.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
A person who has made it quite difficult for the town to accept us. You see, as a hero of Sandpoint, he has a lot of influence among the people. Those who believe that he is there to keep them free of danger only hear the words of his hatred towards our people as more fuel to create segregation. The compromise, us being thrown to the outskirts of the town, outsiders in order to appease a man.
That's really confusing, because since I've been in town, I've been nothing but helped. I got some nice meat and cheeses from a guy at a stall. A guy helped me figure out how to get here. He was telling me to head down the road. Although there was another guy who yelled at me when I was at the beach, so... But, I don't know, maybe he just yells at everybody? Maybe he's just an angry guy.
Well... Well, either
what
way...
What happened before?
Either
what
way,
caused this?
It does a lot of damage to us, and I'm sorry that you had to bear witness to that hatred upon your first arrival on the surface. But perhaps there's a way you can help. If you are truly someone who believes in the cause, then perhaps we can fight fire with fire. He begins to
Yes.
divulge a plan. If you join the heroes of Sandpoint and make Navander look bad. Not look bad, but, you know, if you're better than Navander, if a goblin can do everything Navander can do, but better and without all the hatred and anger, then people will stop listening to Navander and only see him as, like, an inferior version of you know, a goblin member of society. And then perhaps over time, people will start hearing and caring about, you know, an old washed-up archer, much less than that of a sprightly young goblin trying to make peace among people.
You're saying of the heroes of Sandpoint, I should show off. Well, not show off, but I should prove myself better than Navander.
Yes, exactly.
He can cast magic. I don't know how much more impressive that can be. Although I could make it maybe look like I could cast magic. I found these down in the pit. I found these arrows. They were they got some interesting ways to them. I could just make it look like I can cast magic.
I mean,
Ooh.
that's not what we were talking about, but I guess that's that's something.
I get what you mean. I'm talking to myself.
You're trying to
a
insert
little
your
bit, I guess.
backstory stuff in. I understand what you're trying to do. But also, it's one of those things.
Sorry.
If you don't need
Yeah.
you don't need the hammer for everything. You know, remember we
Okay,
talked
yeah.
about interests and personal goals being separated.
Yeah.
You don't need to wedge it in.
Okay.
Respond to what he was saying. How do you feel about this guy back talking goblins? How do you feel about this guy who had like used his influence to push goblins to the outskirts of town? How does that make you feel?
Well, honestly, it's a little just kind of disappointing because there seemed to be a lot, like the way you talk about him, he was a little bit different when I was in the cave the first time, but they were also getting attacked by mushroom people, so they did help me get out of the pit as I'd gotten lost, but I see where you're coming from.
But yes, no, Navander was only just trying to save his own skin.
Ah.
Mm.
Okay. I see what I need to do. I need to get him on the goblin side and make him see that we aren't as bad as him, as he thinks. And also show him that we can be better.
No. You can't
No.
show him. You can't teach someone like that. You need to grind it into his bones. Make him understand why goblins aren't to be ignored.
Okay. Like almost gets a little bit of a but he will do his best. Yes, I shall go find this Navander then. But first, I think I should get myself integrated with the other party members, because then they will make it so that I am for sure one with the party, even if Navander doesn't like me.
Well, who cares what Navander thinks? It's all about
No, I know.
you.
Well, yeah, right. It's all about me.
Exactly. Who cares if he likes you or not? Do what you need to do. Make people lose faith in his word and take up yours. Run him to the ground. Destroy his reputation. Be better than Navander. Make the town listen. Make them heed our presence and accept us. You can do this. Right, brother?
No one's ever called me brother before. Yes, I will do this.
Navander is the enemy.
He is the enemy.
And we will defeat him, not with arrows and swords, but we'll take him
With
down with the power he
our-
uses against us.
Yes,
We'll take him
the power
down.
he uses against us,
Yes,
not our own minds.
Yes. We'll take him down at home. We'll take him down in Sandpoint. We'll take him out as a hero, the Goblin Hero, the first Goblin Hero of Sandpoint.
We're not. Just to be clear, we're not. He's not in the end getting killed, right? We're not actually killing him.
Do you remember that bit where I said we're not going to kill him with swords and arrows?
Yeah.
And stuff?
Yes.
You know, like
okay.
how I explicitly
Take him
said
down
that
a
like
notch.
2 seconds ago.
Yeah. Just take him down a notch. I get it.
No. Okay. He writes down on your hand, ruin Navander's reputation by being
Okay.
a better hero than Navander.
Ah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I would say subscript. Make him retire.
Yeah. That's it. Okay.
There's. Reputation.
With that, Blix, how do you feel?
By being. Hang on. Blix is thinking to himself, man, this assembly, or it was, assembly, not, right? Goblin
Embassy.
assembly, or was it
Embassy.
God, why do I keep thinking that? Okay, sorry. I'm just gonna write that here on the. Oh, MBC. Okay. Sorry. Okay, Goblin Embassy. There we go. All right, sorry. Yeah, as Blix heads out back towards Sandpoint, he just thinks, man, this MBC is a little more strict and brutal than I thought it would be. But nonetheless, I will help because I want to live in Sandpoint. And if this Navander doesn't wish me to, then I will get his other party to like me better than him. And get him to quit being a hero.
Nice. Good. All right.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, across town, there is a commotion. Plates and the like have been smashed as in Navander's house. Not one, but 2 Shillelaghs are currently eyeballing each other, both with bows drawn at one another, with Navander in the center. Now, for the audience at home, Navander, care to explain why you have 2 wives?
Well, really, he has the one wife. One of them is a clone that the were mites. Was it the mites that were cloning? Or am I thinking of a different creature? Regardless, Shillelagh was kidnapped and then cloned. We managed to save the clone, and then Navander thought the clone was in fact his wife. But it turns out the party kept an awful, terrible secret from him. No. The wife that he has at home is nothing but a clone with his real wife, somewhere deep and dark within the pit. When Navander learned that, he immediately went to the pit to rescue his beloved wife. And then he kind of forgot about the clone. So, this is the situation that we now have. A clone and the real Shillelagh. Which one is which? We do not know.
Talk about, they're both the real one.
This isn't a Misha situation immersion.
Now, the real
Damn
Shillelagh
it.
was found in the cloning vats and set free, and had been traveling around doing some stuff. The other one, which was identified as the clone, got a lobotomy from Bruthasmus, an enemy of Shillelagh, and was then sent to Falcon Hollow in order to try and heal with the aid of the black arrows from up there. She has just returned, having regained some of her memories after a long and arduous couple of weeks of, healing and, sort of being at this retreat and the like, and has returned to find Navander at home, and she's very happy about it, but less happy to see another Shillelagh walk in on them in the midst of a loving embrace. Now, Navander, you're between both women who are about to shoot each other. The scene is yours.
Okay, all right. Arrows down. Take them off the knocks. We can
Evander,
sort
who
this
the
out.
fuck is this? They both say almost simultaneously.
Navanda's gonna chuckle, but not like the happy chuckle, like more like a really, this is the situation. Well, do you remember the cloning vats?
They both, as soon as you say that, stop and lower their bows. Their eyes sort of shift. But that's not possible. Would that make the Shillelagh that stands at the door in full armor? She says, "Yeah, I'm afraid so. I was the one being cloned. But that's not possible. I have all the memories of going into the cloning vat and being pulled out. I don't know what to tell you. I remember the capture, I remember being put in the vat, but I remember Navander pulling me out. But does that make you the original?" They both stopped to think for a moment. Well, I don't know, I guess it doesn't. So, I could be the original. They both look at Navander.
There is a way to tell, but it is heartbreaking. The clone only has a certain amount of time. I've seen it with my own eyes. The clone deteriorates after a period of time.
That news hits them hard. Basically, one of them is destined to die. But who?
Which makes things really difficult, really hard. So, we have to come up with a solution. I believe the first thing that either one of you would want to know is which one is the clone and which isn't.
Yeah, They both look and they sort of go, I don't know. I mean, in some ways, even if we found out who the clone was, does that change all of our memories? All of what we know we are? Yeah, I mean, I just came back from Falcon Hollow. I saw my father, and I connected in such a profound way with him. You what? Well, yeah, he wanted to help when he found out about the injury. What injury? Berthasmus. I killed Berthasmus. No, he was still alive down in the goblin's lair. He was in charge of the goblins down there. He captured me, drilled a hole through my head, made an example of me to hurt Navander. That mother... No, it's fine. We got him in the end, but... The father was kind, understanding, paid for healers to come and help. I was able to slowly piece together these memories, and now it feels as though they're just slipping away almost as quickly as I've found them again. I understand why finding out who the clone is, I don't know, just... It wouldn't be right. Navander, thank you for saving me. And me as well. This is going to take some time. And I think for the time being, you need to figure out what to do when one of us eventually dies.
You know, I've actually been thinking about this. Well, this has never occurred to me. I was always under the assumption that I'd go before you. So I'm going to have some thoughts about that. If it's best, you can, well, both of you can decide if you want the townhouse or if you want the ranch. Either one. I'll let you two decide what you want, what you think is best in regards to that. I'm gonna have some things to think out. He's gonna like rub the back of his head, and he looks. I know this is an issue. I know this is more like a Shalelu thing, as in Shalelu is the one that should be perhaps the more frustrated, but Navander looks rather almost dejected. Almost, he looks rather deflated. He looks sad, and the stress marks in his eyes are growing back.
All right.
How about we go have some dinner? Or how about I cook up some dinner and we can sit around and talk, I guess.
That's a good idea. They will join you.
I think I had some seasoned venison somewhere in the cool room. Might make a roast or something.
All right. You begin to prepare for dinner. The night goes by and everyone's various scenes continue. Artemis, you go and do some research on the Corbuslani and the teleportation magics. Sindariel, you continue your work at the temple. We're gonna have a moment where you can talk to Father Xantus if you'd like. Sato, you are learning glass blowing. Blix, you are being welcomed to the Goblin Embassy, and Navander, you are spending some quality time with Shalelu, both of them simultaneously, to kind of get to know, obviously, just that while they are the same person, they are slowly becoming two different people. Sindariel, you are there for the evening meal and are asked to bring it to Father Xantus that evening.
So carrying the tray, she'll give the very polite knock on the door.
Yes, please, come in.
Opening the door. Father, it's just your evening meal, but I think there's how are you holding up? Several of the priests have been, well, a little bit worried for you recently.
Worried? What is it to worry about? I am only accused of murder, being excommunicated from my own church. There's nothing to worry about. Father Xantus has been an adventurer in the past, and even now in my old age, I continue to serve the town as best I can. Even if there is only but a handful who believe in my innocence.
Well, unfortunately, because obviously I've been dragged away so much, you might not have noticed, but several that have known you for so long seem to say that you're, well, not yourself recently. I mean, I can understand the mental toil, but several of us are starting to worry.
Of course. Why would you not worry? After all, my best days are behind me. A stranger to this town runs the temple. And still a murderer runs loose upon this town. But I am the one to worry about. Even my friend Baylor, one who I helped raise in this town from the rank of a fresh sheriff off the back of the murders that followed Jervis Stute. Across the number of trials faced, yet he too has lost faith. He reaches up to sort of take your hand, Cinderio.
She'll put the other hand effectively over it, so it's effectively the clasp.
Yeah, and he'll clasp onto your hand.
Yeah.
He'll sort of shake it a couple of times, and she'll say, "You have always held the faith, Cinderia. You are truly someone who this town should aspire to be like. To be kind, compassionate, understanding, and loyal. Yes, loyalty, virtue, an important one." He's now squeezing your hand perhaps a little too tightly.
Yeah, at this point there's probably a single tear as she mumbers. But that's not enough to protect everyone.
Don't you know? Therein lies the secret. You cannot protect everyone. No. This world is too big. But one person, yes, that is within our power to do. To choose who we protect. And I know who and what I need to protect as well. In the days that come, I hope you understand. I hope you learn this lesson. For you need no one to teach you what is in your heart, Cinderia.
If that was true, then the people I tried to protect would still be here.
They are. The people you try to protect are still with you now. Do you feel the urge and the strength welling within you to protect others because you have failed in the past? Or have you given up?
Things feel to be getting harder each day, with every single time I seem to fail.
That is not my question. I ask, have you given up, Cinderia?
I pray I've not.
That hesitation, that is how they are still with you. Because you would have no other befall the same fate. Their hand rests firmly upon your soul, and you carry them with you. Don't turn them into weights that drag you down. Turn them into strength from the love that they gave you.
My worry is if I keep going down that approach, then I won't be able to save them at that key moment.
Worry, concern with your approach, the logic, the sensible, the law, none of this is how a priest thinks. A priest is known for their wisdom, not their intelligence. It is not information that guides our hands and our decisions. It is not the most sensible or logical. It is our hearts that tell us where we must tread.
Maybe that's why I felt so overburdened when they took you away then.
That is only because, while you may be able to perceive others and their troubles and their pains, you still struggle to perceive your own.
And there's me thinking it's still because I've just always had that hand leading me down the right path. As she squeezes the hand that she's still holding.
He smiles and he says, But soon comes the time where you are the one who needs to offer that hand to others that was shown to you as well. Such is our way.
And probably a very croak voice at this point, which I can't really do because the mind. She just says, I don't know if I'll ever be at that point.
And you will never know, but you will feel it. Anyway, it is late and my supper gets cold.
Yes,
He takes your hand and he looks at you once more with a warm smile before saying, It was very nice meeting you, young lady, and I hope whatever journey you're on, you find the answers you seek.
As you go up to leave, just before she's out the door, she looks around and says, I imagine since you're in here all the time, is there any literature? Ways to help you pass the time while you're stuck here?
Oh yes, I do have a few favorite books. I think I keep them in the vestibule.
Yes, I'll see what I can do.
Okay. As you leave, what's going through your head?
So going through Cinderella's head, at this point she's probably almost in autopilot as she'll head effectively back to her own room. More because it's the one place that she's probably got isolation from everyone else as she's processing everything. But going through her head is effectively a mantra of people telling her that she's ready to step up. But there's that ongoing little voice at the back also saying that she's not yet worthy. For those in chat, think closer to effectively almost like imposter syndrome, trying to be promoted before she feels she's actually ready for it.
Okay. So, as this happens, our evening passes into the following day. The following day, our heroes, let's say, will gather at the tavern. There you can see Crystal serving drinks and serving breakfast to people, as well as the old halfling lady who's now in charge of the Rusty Dragon, who Sato also needs to speak to at some point. Sato, you are tired. You've been up all night practicing and the like, and Crystal looks bright as a daisy. Crystal's been, up all night as well, but Crystal's a dragon and you're not. Blix, you arrive in town. Again, what before was just a crowded town, now you're filled with suspicion as people seem to like kind of avoid standing next to you, avoid speaking to you. You kind of see the very tiny microaggressions that everyone is portraying just because you're a goblin, and they don't quite trust goblins in town yet. As far as they're concerned, you're still dog-eating monsters who destroyed this town many years ago. There's even a memorial you pass to those who lost their lives in the goblin raids. You know, like you can see some flowers sort of hang there. Artemis, you are again. You've fallen asleep in the bookshop. You know, some of the pages have like words imprinted on your face as you kind of wake up, and your research has yielded some fruit. You learn about some time dilation materials when it comes to transportation, meaning that the era that you left and the era that you're currently in don't coincide because time works very differently depending on both the portal, the magics, and how they were used. So to get back home, it's not a matter of just getting to the Feywilds, but also finding the right portal that is going to dilate time in a correct way so you don't end up overshooting or undershooting your transposition. To that end, this research and the like has now been committed to your various notes that you have been accruing. As an old Brodut Quink tells you to get up and get out of his store so that you can go and have some breakfast and actually put some energy in you. Otherwise, none of the information you gathered is going to stick. This is Brodut Quink, by the way.
You're muted, John, by the way.
Oh, I head to the stumble out of the bookstore and head to the tavern.
Yep. And Cinderio, you arrive in the morning knowing that this is where Navander and Artemis will likely be, so you can have breakfast with them in the morning.
Yep, she turns up probably a little bit mellow compared to considering the subject matter that she talked about the previous night, and was thinking about probably well into the early hours of the morning.
As you see Navander at the table, who's probably not looking much better than you, Sandarion. He seems to be playing like the metal ring on his finger, and he seems to be like a little bit zoned out.
I think Blix would be trying to find his way to the elf in red clothes who casts fire. Because I don't think he's learned anyone's names yet. Or has he? I don't remember.
I think you have.
Okay, in which case Blix would probably ask to look for Sandariel around town. Be like, have any of you seen Sandariel? I think this is just townspeople.
Sorry,
not
I'm
like-
mentally
yeah,
processing the scene jump there.
Oh, yeah. No, we're the town's. Oh, sorry, hold on. So I was gathering everyone in the town.
Oh.
Into the tavern. So
Got it.
yeah, I mean, if you
Okay, sorry, I thought, yeah.
if you're asking like where to find them, they'll probably say the Rusty Dragon Inn.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
And then I will head there too.
Okay. So,
Sato was drinking something with a lot of caffeine in it and looking like he didn't sleep all night because he didn't. And he's looking at Navander, who looks kind of worse for the wear, and Cinderio, who's looking worse for the wear, and Artemis fell asleep at a bookstore reading, so he's probably not looking great. And it's like,
Yeah, you're here for rest, and everyone looks like super rundown.
yeah, it's like, Crystal, do you have more caffeine?
She says, "Yeah, I'll bring it right away."
So Sandero sitting down at the table and seeing Navander just spinning rings. I assume the homecoming wasn't the. Usually, you're not as stressed when we're in town.
No, homecoming was all right. Navander will finally speak. Both of them were quite happy to see me, not so much each other.
So Cesaro's got the coffee by this point. There is that very off and clear and very almost comical spurt as she'd been drinking at that time. Sorry, both?
Both. Shillelagh that we sent up to Fort Rannoch? Yeah, she just came home last night. Yesterday. Good news. She's regained some of her memory. Bad news, she regained some of her memory.
But overall, it went well.
No. Well, yes, it went okay, but... don't worry about it. Are you okay? You holding up, Sonara? You look almost as bad as I do.
You were talking to people I was contemplating.
You're still not fighting the battle against the sword, are you?
Sorry, the sword?
The sword. I've been seeing you carry around a sword for the past couple of days.
If you watch carefully, she's probably trying to brush it off. So, no. Just with all the things that all the things that have happened in the past few weeks have just, well, you know how things take their tolls when you lose people.
Right. It's a lot. And as a pillar of the community, I can see how that could be wearing you down a little bit.
I think we've had too many funerals recently. I think that's the biggest problem.
Right. Funeral. Navander begins to play with his ring again.
Seto's drinking his coffee, trying to make head or tails of what's going on, because he's got it. It's like he's looking at Navander too. Like he's just lost and exhausted, which isn't helping his concentration at all.
Artemis is leaning back on the table, packing his pipe, watching Sato's confusion with bewilderment.
I think then
I mean,
Blix. Oh, go
I was
ahead.
just going to say, well, I know why we were, well, it sounds though I know why the two of us are needing the copious amounts of caffeine this morning. It doesn't explain you, Sato. I thought you only just got into town. What activity could have kept you up on the first night in Sandpoint?
I had a very hard taskmaster, but I have learned much about blowing glass and making glass. As he looks over at Crystal.
Yeah, you hear a voice from behind you basically saying, "Not everything yet."
I need some sleep.
Yeah,
I learn better if I've had sleep.
I thought he says, "No."
More caffeine, then, please. Coffee?
Yeah, she'll bring you some in a minute or two.
Yeah.
Artemis will mumble under his breath in Draconic as saying from one of his professors about rest being for the weak.
At least you didn't say you can rest when you're dead.
Blix then shows up and says, "There you guys are. Been looking all over for ya."
He's loud.
Yeah, I was gonna say
And
Savannah's
energetic.
Nevanda's gonna
pushing
slide up.
into his seat.
Who's that again?
His name is Blix.
He's the one that helped get us out from... Well, to be fair, he's the one that burned you to free you from that mind control.
Yeah, I'm still not happy about that. Thanks for reminding me.
At least he burned you, not me, so at least you're not mad at me.
Well, I think I'd much prefer you burning me than Blix, was it?
Yep, that's me.
Oh wow, you're quick.
You were the Vander, right?
You don't have to say that so sadly. Yes, I am Nevanda.
Oh, sorry. First thing in the morning. Anyway, I've been asked to accompany you guys by Wolflake.
Sir?
Sato's like, where are you guys going?
Bed, actually, is what I was thinking.
I am to become a hero of Sandpoint.
That, sir.
Mm-hmm.
We're happy for you.
I kind of, with my fists on my sides, like all proud, I kind of shuffle over to Sandera and be like, "Why do they look so unhappy?"
So,
And Dario was like, "Do you want a list?"
Probably didn't come through in the mic because I actually went for it the tone I would have actually done it, but almost inhaling, it's the how do I explain this? You know, the classic parent to child. How do I explain this? You might get every so often. Not all of us want to be heroes. Some of us just want to protect the town because this is where we live. The fact that
Right.
people then call us heroes is the after effect. It's never the goal of them. They just want to protect their family.
Ah.
People who go out and seek the name hero tend to find the name corpse first.
Mm.
A good one, Artemis. Try to remember that. That was a good one. We'll probably need to use that in the future.
And
I
then
grant
Sandero will
unlimited license.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Sandero will just add in, and just remember, one person's hero is another person's villain.
I did notice that as I got back into town this morning. A lot more people, a lot more unfriendly than they were yesterday. And I'm here to change that.
I'm extremely happy for you. And to be fair,
Thank
in 314 of the studied timelines, he proves to be useful.
Nevada
You
turns
can tell the
Artemis.
future?
Nevada will turn to Artemis. Really?
Yeah?
Okay. I guess.
Blix under like
Satos.
when everybody kind of turns to Artemis. Blix kind of almost side eyes Evander like, and then if Evander looks back and like, ee, like.
I'm not saying this is
Satos-
one of them.
Sato's looking at them going, oh, the heroes of Sandpoint. I must thank you for getting me here. I appreciate that. And,
Yes, thank you for pulling me out of that cave. Go on, Sato.
Good,
You're
good.
good.
It's like he's like going, you know, good luck with your heroing.
Unfortunately, I think it was your previous comrades that we were trying to find yesterday. And obviously we only found one.
Oh,
Sato,
yeah.
you realize very quickly that if you know, as you're saying, you know, like, hey, good luck on your adventures, you realize that if you stay in town, every waking moment is likely going to be this dragon forcing you to learn how to glasswork. Now, you're here
Sleep in
to
the
settle
pit.
some affairs and do some stuff and all that jazz. As you go and speak with the tavern keeper, who is, of course, the old halfling lady, she says, oh, well, of course you can have the tavern back. You know, Miko was very good as an owner and stuff like that. And, you know, we always kept the budgets and we always kept people paid and kind of like everything in order. And that's perfectly fine. But there are still some outstanding debts from certain, you know, places and things. Including, of course, you know, like a facility to care for Amiko's brother, who, of course, is, you know, still a kaijutsu nonetheless. And the bill is quite staggering. It's all come out of pocket from her work as maintaining the tavern, and with no ownership stake. Obviously, the tavern's been, you know, kind of doing well, but it's like, again, it's just kind of like been maintaining itself. That you're in just a rough calculation, working as a glass blower is not going to make you that kind of money. But being able to help the heroes of Sandpoint and help these individuals, including the Valdemar and the Scarnetti members of the disappearing individuals, might put the wealthier families in a position where they might help you in your endeavors to reestablish the Kaijutsu name. Potentially.
Yes. So it's you know, and Sidereal, that's a good point. I hadn't actually considered that the others who were friendly are probably still there. And I do owe them a debt. And he looks at Crystal and being exhausted and just like, and I might get some sleep. At least he's thinking that to himself.
We should go sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Wait, Sato, you own the tavern now?
No. My
Oh.
cousin still owns the tavern,
Oh, okay.
but I will be working towards that as well, but perhaps this is a higher priority for the moment.
Wait.
When you do, can I live here? Or later, or whatever.
Sorry, Nevada.
Yeah,
Yeah,
your
no,
cousin-
you go first, sorry.
Your cousin's not a Miko, is he? Is she?
The Empress? Yes, she
A
is.
Miko is an empress? Oh, well, she did have some really good organizational skills, and she was the jewel of the town.
Is. Yes. Well, the family has, you know, I don't know her well. and it's not it's not a close cousin, but it is family. We still consider cousin, and I am here to reestablish the family as much as possible. So
My wife was a close friend of Miko. If you need anything, just let me know.
we will do. I would enjoy meeting your wife.
He then zones back out.
All right. Well, Sato, with a certain amount of urgency, will usher everyone through breakfast, and before you have a chance to properly pay, out the door and towards the pit. We will pick up next week when our heroes return to their adventures deep underground in the fungal mines. But on the way, they will make a stop at a apothecary/herbologist, which is where we will start. In the meantime, however, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this very peaceful character build session for the day. We had one roll for the day, Sato making an Arcana check to know about dragons, because Sato couldn't just let bygones be bygones. She needed that knowledge check for whatever reason, because their eyes didn't work. Like, even if they knew something about dragons, what would they even leverage in that scene? We don't know, but we're gonna make the roll anyway. One roll.
If it wasn't for that, it'd be
the one roll.
You could have also said no.
No, but you can. That's the thing is you can make the rolls. I try to educate people on not asking for rolls.
Yeah.
I didn't ask for the roll. I just asked. I asked above the table if he knew.
That's the above the table result.
Yeah.
It's fine.
And if it wasn't
fine.
for that, it'd been about the third Seven Doom session that we'd have done without any rules at all.
That's true, and that's I love doing stuff like that. It's cool. It's fine. I'm just picking on you, Steve. But no, it's very, very cool, and I do love a good character development. I think everyone kind of got a little bit of something to learn about their own personal growth and the like. Artemis with the conversation with the cockroach, and Sindariel with Father Xantus, and Navander with his wife, and Blix with Wolfric, and Sato with Crystal. I mean, we have just so much stuff to now reconnect with, which is really good. And honestly, with only like Sindariel and Navander being part of the original crew, is kind of a big deal. It's really important for us to reconnect as a party beyond just we work together, and actually have you guys investing in each other and sharing this information, but not just sharing it because we have it, right, Neil?
Right.
Yep, we wait for appropriate times, not just verbal diarrhea of my backstory.
Yeah, I'm
good.
My bad.
It's fine. It's fine. Again, you can work on your magic arrows. You just don't need to tell everyone about it.
Keep a secret from Navander for sure.
Yeah,
Make it a surprise when you fire the first one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like I said,
it is magic.
Yeah, it's always very funny when characters have special interests like that, because I basically equate that to the closest thing to fantasy autism we'd ever have. Right? It's just a case of like, hey, look, I know that we're in a life or death situation, but let me tell you all the fun facts about these arrows that I've just made. It's like, we're dying! Use the arrows, but I made this arrow out of obsidian. No!
Yeah. Rather than doing something daft like fire the arrow and say, "Oh, that was a good ball."
There you go, exactly.
Arrow dynamite.
Fire. Navander hates
Is this
goblins.
magic arrow I spent
Sato's
2
money.
hours making?
Yeah, that's
No, I'm not going to shoot this. This is my baby.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
this.
After
Yeah,
I have more than one, I'll use them. I need
All right, guys. Well, my name is Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. This is my place. This is my face. You can find it here a number of times during the week. We'll be back on Sunday for Tyrant's Grasp Episode 1, baby! Brand new game, brand new group. This is going to be a lot of fun, so to tune in for that one. We are converting to Pathfinder 2nd Edition, so much like with Curse of the Crimson Throne, we are asking for a little bit of, a little bit of allowances for us to kind of get our teeth together for the conversion, because, I'm doing it all as we go, so, that's it. And then obviously Gatewalker as well later on that Sunday, where, we'll be gathering for that. But yeah, schedule's up. Everything's been modified and updated and stuff, I feel, except for my Starfinder game. I think that's the only thing I haven't updated on Twitch, but other than that, we're all set and hunky-dory. But yeah, guys, till we meet again, stay safe, stay wonderful, be kind to each other because why the fuck not, it's free, and as always, game hard, or die trying.